He just got benched by the Falcons, bro, and for good reason. I think a lot of people were on the side of the Falcons here in their decision to bench Cousins and go with Penix because the way Cousins has been looking over like the last 3 or 4 weeks, even if the Falcons somehow miraculously made the playoffs, they ain't going anywhere if Cousins is playing like that. At least Penix got an arm. At least Penix got some upside. Cousins is playing without confidence. Cousins is playing even worse than what typical Kirk Cousins plays like. And we know Kirk Cousins isn't exactly a gunslinger throwing the ball down the field and taking chances. So, like, I mean, you had to make this move, I think. You like for the Falcons, you're 7-7. You actually have a chance at the playoffs here. Your team, like your surroundings around the quarterback aren't bad. Your offense, like the weapons on offense, defense ain't terrible. You need a pass rush. But in that weak NFC South, you got a chance. You legitimately have a chance to make the playoffs at 7-7 with the Buccaneers sitting at 8-6, 3 games left. But if you are going to somehow make the playoffs, and if you actually want to make a run, Kirk Cousins ain't the answer. Dude has 1 playoff win in his career, and he's playing in 2024 right now the worst that he's ever played. So I think it was the right move. I really do. It's not like Penix is this dude that only had like 13, 14 games experience in college like an Anthony Richardson. No, dude started, I think, total of 4 years. Now, I know he was banged up a little bit. I know he got hurt, but I think he started a total of 4 years when you combine Indiana and Washington. So like he's been around the block. He's one of those dudes like a Bo Nix who has played. Jaden Daniels, he started a ton in college. He's not coming in just completely unknown or like completely not pro ready. He was probably arguably the most pro ready quarterback in this class. I know Caleb Williams, he got his starts, but I mean a lot of where he got drafted being number 1 overall was due to his upside too. But yeah, Penix, just the style of play, the pocket quarterback that he was at Washington. I mean, one could argue that he was the most pro ready. Caleb Williams going number 1. I mean, a lot of people would probably argue that too, but yeah, I think he's ready. I think he's going to give him a spark for these last 3 games, and then if you actually make the playoffs, who knows? I think it was a good move by the Falcons. But you got Mike Florio on the heels of Kirk Cousins being benched, saying that, hey, the Steelers, why not take this guy for your starter next year in 2025? How about no? How about the Michael Scott meme in The Office? No. No chance. We're not doing that. He says, think about this. We've got Justin Fields under contract for the rest of the year. They got Russell Wilson under contract the rest of the year. They got them both for nothing. Right. Russell Wilson's contract's a vet min. Justin Fields' contract is still on his rookie deal. He says their entire quarterback depth chart was making less money than Mason Rudolph. I mean, that's fair. That is very much true. I think Mason signed for like $5 million to go to the Titans, or was it like $2.5 million? Either way, he's not wrong here. He goes and says, if you could do this again and bring Kirk Cousins to run your offense and play Steeler football with Arthur Smith, we'd like to get a long-term franchise quarterback, saying it from like the Steelers' perspective. We haven't found one yet, so let's go get a guy who dollar for dollar is hell of a value. There's so many things wrong with this. First, with the way Russell Wilson is playing, we should have no problem with paying him whatever his value is. And I think he really likes being in Pittsburgh, so he'll give us some sort of hometown discount. I think Russ's market is legitimate. Based off how he's playing, his market is in franchise quarterback territory, 40, 50 million. But I think we can get him with his age, where he's at in his career, and the fact that, we did give him this chance this offseason. It's a good organization. It's a good structure for Russ. I think we could get him for maybe around 30 something, between 30 and 40. If Russ is playing like this, I am completely fine with paying him that amount of money, because he's giving you elite play. He's giving you franchise quarterback level type of play. And isn't that what we've been looking for over these last couple seasons? Isn't that what we've been searching for ever since Big Ben retired? Continuity an elite play at the quarterback position. And we have that. So why are we going to all of a sudden get cheap? And this isn't even like cheap. The way Florio's talking about, this is like super cheap and super penny pinching where, like, bro, we want to have a quarterback on like either a rookie deal or like a really cheap deal again, just because we did it in 2024. Like, let's just do. We want to pay the quarterback as cheap or the least amount of money as possible, and have a guy that is halfway competent. Like that's the way Florio's talking here. Like that's not necessarily a strategy. Like once you do got a guy, once you do have a franchise quarterback, like there is nothing wrong with paying him. And again, where Russ is at in his career, it's not like we're going to be having to give him the Joe Burrow type of contract or the Jared Goff type of contract or the Jordan Love or the Jordan Love type of contract or the Dak Prescott type of deal of 50, 60 million. No, I think it'll be like 30 million. That's completely affordable. Omar Khan knows what he's doing. He'll be able to still build a roster up around Russell Wilson. We don't have to pay a quarterback $5 million. And we like if we don't do that, we won't have a roster. We'll be fine. We will be completely fine paying Russell Wilson. And if not Russell Wilson, let's just bring back Justin Fields. If Russell Wilson wants too much and he wants the Dak contract, we say no. Can't come to an agreement. Bring back Fields, pay him like 10, 15 million bucks. Give him a chance to be the guy next year. Give him a chance to be the future. And that's that. Don't go to Kirk Cousins, the dude that just got benched from the Atlanta Falcons. If we're talking Kirk to the Steelers in 2025, it's him being a backup. And the other thing is, too, like if the Falcons cut Kirk, they're taking on like $60 million in dead cap. So I don't even think the Falcons are going to try to cut him. They would have to trade him, and then the team that's trading for Kirk is going to have to take on a portion of his contract. And I don't think that's going to be vet minimum type of territory. It's probably still going to be like 15,000, 20, 25,000. Just no, we're not doing this. We aren't doing this. I can't. I guess it's something for Florio to talk about and make me respond to it. So there you go. He got me. He got my blood boiling a little bit by saying Kirk Cousins to the Steelers in 2025. But let's just simply go. Let's just continue with what's been working this year. Russell Wilson playing like an elite guy, leader of this team. If we don't go with him, Justin Fields was 4-2 and showed some really good upside. Those are my two answers for the Steelers quarterback next year. That's pretty much it. If there's some doomsday scenario where we can't bring either of them back, Kirk Cousins isn't the solution. I would say go Aaron Rodgers if the Jets move off of him, but the dude just can't shut up and stir the pot in the media. And like that's as a quarterback, as a leader of the team, that's not what you want to be doing. That's not what Brady did. That's not what Big Ben did. That's not what Mahomes does right now. That's not what Stafford does. Pick fights with media members and make headlines pretty much like on a week-to-week basis. So that might not be the smartest move either. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is an all-time great. He's on the field. He's better than Kirk Cousins. But, like, we just dealt with a bunch of calamity at quarterback. And it's not to the degree of Aaron Rodgers. It's not for the reasons of Aaron Rodgers because Rodgers is just doing talking stuff in the media. I'm more or less talking about we just had a bunch of uncertainty at quarterback over these last couple of years with Mason, Kenny, and Mitch. We have stability now. Whether it's Russ not blowing things up in the media and just staying quiet and not causing drama, like that is something Russell Wilson does. He's a great stabilizer in that way, but also from the standpoint he's given us consistent play on the field too. Why move off of that? Why try to go in a different direction there? Just bring back Russ. If not Russ, Fields. Two simple solutions for our quarterback position in 2025.